Hello everyone, welcome back to Kredict. This is day 42 of Learn Blockchain Development Challenge, and in today's video we are going to create front end for our Todo application. So if you are watching this series from start, you may know that we have created many projects in this series, and currently we are creating a Todo application using blockchain technologies. And in last video we have created this smart contract, and if you are not familiar with this, I will recommend you to go and watch day 41 video. You will get that smart contract there. This is a basic smart contract with a functionality of a to-do application. Here you can see we have function like create task, complete task, remove task, get task, and get all tasks. This is function to render a list of all the tasks, and all other functions make sense as its name. Okay, so now in today's video we are going to create the front end for this, because every application needs a front end. Yeah, obviously you can interact directly from remix id, but it's always a good thing to have a front end that every person or a person without a knowledge of smart contract programs can interact with it. So just do it. So here we have a folder on my desktop says 45 days, and we are creating all the source code here. So let me create a new folder here. What we can say to do app, or you can say dapp. So I'm just going to quickly open this folder in VS Code. So now VS Code is open, and currently this is empty. Let me increase the size for you. Okay, so first of all I'm going to create a file says index.html, which holds all of our HTML code, and a second file also, which is going to be, what you can say, sty style.css. So here is our index file, and I mean HTML file, and here is a style file. Simple. Just quickly generate some boilerplate, and let me increase the font size. Okay, I think this would be fine. Everyone can see that. Just save this and just write quickly some basic boilerplate for CSS also, which is obviously margin 0, padding, what you can say, 0, box sizing, border box. Okay, just save the file. Let's write for now to do connect our style file here. I'm not sure what I'm doing. Just click on link CSS, and yeah, here goes our style.css. Just save the file, save everything. Just click on this live server. Hopefully you have this live server here, and if you don't, just go to extension, search for live server, and install it. Just click on go live. It will open my default browser by default, but I'm not going to use that. I will use Chrome for this application. So just write local host, and I think the port number is 5500. Okay, so here you can see the to do without any margin and padding. The document is here. That means our both file are linked. And let's quickly change the title here. We can say to do dapp with capital A. So now here's to do dapp, and here's to do. So everything fine. Let me quickly grab some fonts from Google Fonts, because we want some good fonts here. So let's search for Google font. Okay, internet disconnected. Wait a minute. Okay, so my internet is back. Let's go to Google Fonts, and I'm going to use Poppins for this because they are good and simple. Let's search for Poppins. You can use whatever font you like. I'm just going with Poppins. Okay, so click on get font. You have here get embedded code. I'm going to use CSS. Just copy this part, come back to our application. In the style file, just paste on the top. Save the file. Let's give it a try. Says font family. You can say Poppins, not Poppins, it's Poppins and sans serif. Okay, save this, close this tab. Yeah, here you can see the font is applied, so everything is working fine till now. So now first thing is what we are going to do. We have a to-do application where we can see all the list for our to-dos and we can perform operations on it. So just quickly create a simple thing here. I'm just going to provide a decent background like background color. I'm going to use something like, what you can say, RGB, red with 20, green with 100, and blue it's light like 200 something. What is this color? Is too bright, but just dim this down. Remove this extra thing. Okay, so this is a decent background. You can keep the color as per your choice. Okay, so we have a decent background. Let's create the components here. Let's remove this. I'm going to create a container, obviously. Yeah, my assistant suggests it for me. Okay, this is container, and first of all we obviously need a header, so let me create, and we can say to do dapp. Yeah, it's here. And second thing is we are going to have a list. Just create a list here, item list. We are going to display all the to-do items here, and div class item. And first thing is we need a paragraph tag where we can write our text. For example, I'm going to just write lorem for now, which is longer text obviously. Just short it down a little bit. Okay, so we have our text. We also have two operations here. First, completed, and second, delete. If you go and check the smart contract, here we have complete task and remove task. Okay, so we need to create those two buttons. So I'm going to create a item action class, and in this I'm going to put two buttons. First is not edit but completed. We can also create edit part, but you get the idea and you can do it by yourself. So there are two buttons, button delete and button completed. So let me write button done and button delete. Okay, so if you go back to our, here you can see we have one item. For now I'm just going to copy it 3-4 times that we can style accordingly, and after that we will fetch it from blockchain. Let's save the file. We have now, you can say, 4 items, a to-do app. This is nice, and we also need a button to create new task. So on top here I'm going to create a button. Class is create button, or you can say add button. Just add button, add new task. Okay, so you can see we have add new task and all these items. Let's quickly style this. We are going to keep this style simple as possible and quick as possible. So I'm going to split the editor in half that I can see all the classes and style at the same time. Let me quickly style the container, which I'm going to say padding. I'm going to give it 50 pixels from top and 40 pixels from sideways. So you can see here it is. Just Okay, let's font size. I'm going to give it 28 pixels. Font weight, you can say 600, and margin bottom is 40 pixels. Okay, so here we go. We have to do app. Now next thing is we have to style the add button. So let's style that add button. Font size 18 pixel, border none, and padding of course 8 pixel by 12 pixels. Border radius you can give 10 pixel. What you can say? Background color, it's RGB 0 180 255. It's a shade of blue. Okay, so here is add new task button. It's a little bit dull, so let me give it a color which is white, and margin bottom obviously of 20 pixels something. Okay, so here is our add new task button. Let's give the cursor is pointer. Let's go back. You can see now it's a cursor pointer. I think the margin is too much. Let's reduce it to 20 pixel, let's say. Save it, go back, and you can see it's very simple, and you can design according to you. It's up to you. I'm just going to create a quickly simple thing we can do. Okay, so this is it. Now let's style the item list. So you can say dot item list display flex direction column, align item flex start, and justify item is also flex start. Let's give it a gap of 15 pixels between each of the item. So here you can see the gap. Now let's style the item. You can say padding of 20 pixel, border radius 10 pixels, a background color of lighter black, RGB 000.1, which is a transparent black. Okay, so yeah, it is. Let's give it the width of 100%, and also to the items. Yeah, you can see now it's of complete width, which is good. Okay, so now what we can do, we can style these buttons, which is completed and delete. For this we have a common class. Let's style that first. Font size 15 pixel, border none, yeah, padding. Let's take all the suggestions. You can get all these code from description. There is nothing. Just remove the background color and color. Okay, everything is good. Just make the item action as display flex, align items center, justify content flex start, and give it a gap of 20 pixel, and simply a margin top of 15 pixel, you can say. Okay, so now here we have our buttons. Let's style the color. So it's button done, which is going to be background of RGB 0 200 and 180, which is kind of greenish, you can say, and color it to white. And the button delete is of background, you can say, you can give it a red, but I'm going to give it crimson, which is kind of red with pinkish shade, and color to white, not this color. Oh, Okay, I forgot to put the semicolon there. Okay, so color white. Okay, so now we have our complete button, delete button, we have our add new task button. Everything seems to good. Just a little thing, I'm not liking this color actually. Just make it a little darker. Okay, so now it's good. Instead of complete, I think we are going to name it as complete. Okay, so now it's complete and delete. If the task is completed, we will click on complete, and if we want to delete the task, we just simply click on delete. Okay, so let me check if recording is working. Yeah, it's recording. Okay, so now the most important thing, we also need to have a connect wallet thing. So for this we are going to create a simple navbar up there and a simple connect button, or you can simply create a connect button next to this button add new task. So let me quickly create a button next to add new task. Okay, so let's create a class here, action, simply action. I think I put wrong place. Here we go. And the second button is class connect wallet, and we also need to give id to it, say connect wallet and simply the text. Let me minimize this first. Okay, so here we have our connect wallet. Let's style this. I can simply copy the style from add button. Let's copy this. And now just change the color to it something else. We can say a little interesting color. You can choose according to you. I'm just putting this is not good. Just a bluish, dark bluish. Okay, it's kind of navy blue. Okay, so here we have connect wallet and add new task. Just put a gap using the action class. Okay, this is good. Connect wallet and add new task. Okay, so I think the front end is pretty much done. We can also check here, like if this is completed, and we will show a text somewhere here, or we will replace this complete button with completed. We can do, because we have the information if the task is completed or not. You can see we have the information completed. So when we are going to apply the smart contract thing, we will make this like if the text if the task is completed, then this button will not appear, and instead of this there's a task which says, not task, actually text which says completed. Okay, so this is all for today's video. We are going to create some little more bit loader and other stuff to this front end, and also collect our smart contract and do the real stuff. Till then, keep watching Kredict, and I will see you in the next one.